So baby, come light me up, and maybe I'll let you on it. A little bit dangerous, but baby, that's how I want it. A little less conversation and a little more touch my body. Cause I'm so into you, into you, into you.
Hey guys, so welcome back. I know it's been a minute. I was really trying to get to the groove of all this stuff, and then life kept lifing, like school stuff, and April is always that month of like projects and presentations and papers, and then I'm done by the end of May, but then I still had practicum after that for school, and yeah, I know I kind of started off strong with the long form podcast stuff. I had I think part 1 and part 2 of my first episode. I was able to kind of, divide that up for you guys, and I've had a few things here and there with, what was I doing? Oh, my Bound to You by Christina Aguilera, whatchamacallit, cover that my friend Eva was like, you have the perfect voice for this, please do it. I've done a few TikTok things here and there, but I haven't been super active either here or on TikTok, probably since the end of March, which was right when Easter was. I kind of find that Easter till home stretch of class stuff and school stuff is a rough time for me, mentally, but also just I can't do anything else. I have to get stuff done for school. That is my priority. Even though this is my emotional therapeutic outlet, a lot of the time, sometimes that needs to be put on the back burner, and I have to do other more just other forms of self-care that don't require as much time and energy, because I did not have that much time or energy for the past about two and a half months. But it is June. It is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all of my LGBTQIA plus peoples out there. All the queer folks with an X. Hope y'all are doing alright. I know also the news about Trump just happened being convicted on all 34 counts. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very, very good day for me. I had just sent in and submitted my proposal for my dissertation, and then got that news, and I was like, well, and it was the last day of practicum for me, so now I have all of June to just do this with you guys, work on music, do a few gigs every now and then where I'll actually be getting paid to do my musical talents, and I'll be seeing my parents a lot, and then at the end of June it'll be my birthday, my 25th birthday, so I'm really excited. Pay no attention to the Hufflepuff shirt. You can't even see the full Hufflepuff shirt. I feel like there's been a lot of stuff out there about Disney adults, and it's gone into the quirkiness of Harry Potter adults, mostly millennials. I said I was turning 25. I'm not a millennial. I'm Gen Z. Just putting that out there. No hate to millennials. I'm not a Harry Potter adult. Even though I did grow up on Harry Potter and I have a Hufflepuff shirt and keychain, it is not my entire identity, and that is okay. Anyways, I love how this turned into an apology video for the first 3 minutes of this thing, and I'm just rambling as hard as I can. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give voice to where I have been, what I've been doing. Just been a lot of school stuff, a lot of therapist stuff, and I'm happy to get back into the swing of things and just have the time and energy to do this. So I already have a video scripted of me showing and explaining how I do this, about how I not do this, but do my TikTok stuff. Shayla, this is what happens. You get into the groove of doing something and then you're rusty. I can't talk to a camera. I'm an only child. I talk to myself all the damn time when nobody's here. I can do this. But yeah, just for context, I already have a script and everything for how I'm gonna talk through how I do those TikTok vocal harmony stacking videos. So excited about that. And I will record myself doing it probably sometime this week and have it edited whenever. I find that like the second that I record something, I immediately want to start editing it, and it'll just like get done by like that day or the day after if it's still taking a while to upload, because YouTube sometimes sucks with like copyright things and excuse me. But yeah, so I've got that figured out. I really want to just like make this podcast space a space to just talk about things that I'm passionate about. And a lot of that is like pop culture and music. And you know, I've already had this idea, but Paige also reinforced it. I want to talk about my experiences of celebrities, and when I get through like or go through these, not really even phases, because like it never really goes away, but like once I fixate on something, they're kind of like, or someone, they're kind of always there. And I didn't really notice a lot of that until I think like TikTok really solidified it for me. So like, that's not true. I want to say it started like junior year of high school. So when I first moved to New York and I was starting off at a new school and people didn't even know who I was, by like junior into senior year, people realized that like I loved Chris Evans, and that was like half of my brand at that point, and then the other half was just like me starring in the musical. I was Eponine in Les Mis, so they would call me EpiPen, and those were like my two things. Or I also played the flute, and that was like my, yeah, so that was my brand. Chris Evans, flute, EpiPen. And ever since then I was like, wow, I guess I do have a brand. Like, is it that I just like don't shut up about these things, or like, I don't know. And then I realized with TikTok in 2019 when I first got TikTok, because I got it before COVID happened. I got it before it was like addictive. And it's still addictive. I doom scrolled on TikTok all day yesterday because it was my first day off and the first day of June, and I said, screw it, I'm gonna rot in bed, as I should. Anyways, yes, so people kept like sending me things on TikTok, and like a lot of my friends wouldn't have the same For You pages, but would just get like little videos that were like all the same, and then they would like send that to me. So like if let's say I went on TikTok first and I saw like a Chris Evans thirst trap or something, I'd be like, oh, hot, okay, and I'd move on. Throughout the rest of the day, I would get the same exact Chris Evans thirst trap TikTok from 5 other people that would send it to me. I gotta sneeze. Bless me, thank me, I'm welcome, and thank you if you said bless you. Anyways, oh my god. You know when like okay, for those people, those sinus issue girlies that are out there, y'all ever like sneeze through your mouth and you realize that like it tastes bad and it smells bad? It's giving sinus infection, and like I take my Claritin, I take my Flonase every day. It's just that time of the year. But like I hate when I have a sneeze and it literally is stinky. Like that's so gross. Anyways, yeah, I'll get the same Chris Evans TikTok like by 5 different people. And I go, okay, I get it, I have a brand. Or like I'll have people send me the same stuff about like, oh, Kitty, about Matthew Gray Gubler, Chris Evans. If I could move the camera right now without messing it up, I would show you guys how we have a neighborhood cat, and his name, I've named him. His name is Bastard. He's a black cat, and he's sitting on the windowsill right now. He saw that I was sitting here, and now he's meowing and wants to be let in, but I'm not gonna let him in until I'm done. Love him to pieces though. Oh my god! No, he's yelling at me. Wait, I'll let him in. I'll let him in. Hold on. He's really, really afraid of these wires though. And I have things plugged in, and I have a weird contraption on my head, so we'll see if he came down to eat. Okay, he's not scared. Very proud of him. Oh, okay, so there's another. I love how I'm not turning my. I'm not turning the camera. Just know there is a second lovely little cat that follows Bastard wherever he goes, and I have named her Bitch because Bitch is Bastard's bitch. She goes nowhere without him, and she is more skittish and shy, but she's always happy to be around, and she hates being perceived, just like me. So I don't know why I do these podcasts, but here we are. Anyways, speaking of allergies and sinuses and things like that, I'm allergic to cats, but I still open the window and let them in, and they eat, and then they leave. And then I wonder why I feel like crap, and have stinky sneezes. Anyways, yeah, people will send me stuff about, like, Matthew Gray Goobler, Chris Evans. If it's SpongeBob related, it gets sent to me. Like, I just have brands. And there are certain celebrities that people know that I love that, like, I'll get information about from random people, and, like, usually I'm pretty on top of learning about, like, things that are about the people that I care about. That was such a weird way to say that. And people will, like, send me stuff that is, like, 2 months old, and I'm like, oh, thanks, like, I know you care about me, so that's what matters here, but, like, girl, I've seen this, please. Or, like, especially when people don't have TikTok and all they have is Reels. Oh my god, oh my gosh, please. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to celebrities and music, I've had to reflect on these things, and I want to, like, do almost like an artist or a group an episode. And I don't know if I should go chronologically or if I just want to go by, like, what's on my heart. Like, literally at the end of May, so, like, last weekend, I saw Hosier, good old Andrew Hosier burn. Love that man. I became obsessed with him this past August when Unreal Unearthed came out, and I could talk for at least 30 minutes about that for sure. Who else? I also saw sometimes when a bitch thinks, like, nobody's looking, she'll, like, peer her head over the windowsill and go, hello, anybody there? And she just did that. Oh my god, one of these days they won't be as skittish and they'll feel comfortable being all up in the camera. Because you know how cats, like, they either, like, want to be left alone or they want to be the center of attention, and there's no in between. One of these days they're going to want to be the center of attention, and I'm excited for that. But anyways, I digress. I want to do one about Hosier. I did also see Jacob Collier at the end of April for the second time, and I love him. Love him, love him, love him, love him. I would die for him. So, I definitely want to do those two. I should talk about Ariana Grande because I have been obsessed with her. Not obsessed, but, like, I forgot that I was so obsessed with her back when I was, like, 13. And then, I don't know what was going on. I guess, like, I don't know. I feel like the time, like, the longest phase that I've had, or the longest era of, like, me literally obsessing over something was when I was a Directioner. So I know I have to talk about One Direction. I have to. That's just a given. And then I gotta, you know, then add on to that and talk about Harry and Zayn separately. Not, like, separately, but, like, talk about One Direction and then talk about, like, Harry's solo stuff and Zayn's solo stuff all in the same episode. And then, but in between all of that, like, Ariana Grande was all throughout that time, from, like, 2010 to 2016. Like, she was right in the middle of all of that, and, so was 5 Seconds of Summer. At the tail end of all of this, Panic at the Disco came in, and mind you, like, I got into Panic at the Disco when Death of a Bachelor came out, so it was, like, just Brendan Urie at that point, and I had just seen Brendan in Kinky Boots on Broadway, and I got a signed playbill from him. Didn't even know about Panic at the Disco. Did not know. And then by the time I got that signed thing, I think I was about to turn 18. And since then, I like went through all of their past discography, and yeah. And then during the pandemic, I went through a Bo Burnham phase that I'm still in. I think if he hadn't come out with the Inside Deluxe stuff with all of the added stuff, like the other footage and the new songs, I don't think I would still be on the Bo Burnham train. But like I am. I think he's one of the only artists where I hopped on the train late and didn't go back to his old stuff. Like I know there's is it like Make Happy and What are like some of his other specials that have songs, and like I literally only listen to Inside and like the deluxe Inside album. I haven't gone back. Whereas like I was late to the party for Panic at the Disco and went back. I was late to the party for Jacob Collier actually. I missed his first album. I came in when he was just starting Jesse Volume, the Jesse Volumes period, and missed his debut album, so I went back. I was late for Hosier, like I said, went back. So yeah, I don't know what it is about Robert Burnham. I was like Robert Burnham, but yeah, I didn't go back. But I wanna like dedicate one episode a week to just like talking about an artist that I really care about, and talk about how I got into them, where I was at my life, and like how I needed them and they came right at the perfect time. And every person that I've talked about in the past 10 minutes I have seen live, and I've been so grateful. Seen live at least once. I was one of the lucky people who got to see 5 Seconds of Summer open for One Direction when I was like 14, 15 years old, and I fainted at that concert. I was also fortunate enough to see the first concert, I think in like Long Beach. I talked about this in the previous episode too, where the Jonas Brothers had first gotten back together. Fainted at that one too. I'd seen Ariana Grande in her Dangerous Woman tour twice. I have seen Harry Styles. I just said I've seen Hosier. I've seen Jacob Collier twice as well. I've seen Panic at the Disco, but when it was just Brendan Urie, and I believe Pray for the Wicked was the album he was touring for. So it was like right before he started to like not be as good as a live performer from the videos that I've seen, and him trending for his voice kind of being shot and not sounding good anymore. So, you know, just, yeah, very, very fortunate to be able to go to concerts. And obviously I don't do them all the time. I might go to like 2 concerts a year. I feel lucky enough that I should talk about Pentatonics too, because I'll be going to see Pentatonics for the second time, actually this August, with my parents. And it's the first time that I'll be going to one of their concerts, and it's not like a Christmas concert, because you know they're pretty well known for the Christmas stuff, like that's what people of all ages listen to. But I got really, really into their secular stuff, like their worldly music, if you will, when I was younger, and I'm still obsessed with all their stuff that comes out. So yeah, I actually feel like I have really attached myself to their secular stuff now, and like all of the new Christmas stuff they're coming out with is like okay, but like I like the new secular stuff more than I like the new Christmas stuff. Mostly because I just miss Avi, the bass, which, like, no offense to Matt, the new guy, it's just like a nostalgia thing, and there's some songs that just it's like you need that rich like bass note that just consumes your whole body. Oh my god. And especially like when you're in a car. Oh my god. Okay, like I need you guys to understand that like the difference between listening to music like in a car and let it like that be surround sound, and like letting the different vibrations hit is like different than having the surround sound in your head versus listening to it like just through a phone with no headphone. When people don't use headphones, or at least AirPods or like earbuds or something, I'm like, what's like I need it to be inside my brain. Like I need a song to be infiltrating the chemistry, the literal chemicals interactions that are happening in my brain. I need the synapses to be firing based off of the beat that is happening in the song. Like that is how I listen to literally everything. Yeah, I don't know. I also feel like I want to talk a lot about movies. Um, I have grown up being such a movie and TV person. Like my brain is not rotted from TikTok, it is rotted from the countless movies that I've seen at least 50 times. And I wish I was exaggerating, but like if I think about the movies that I grew up on that I still watch all the time, we've got at least the first 3 Shrek movies. I don't really claim Shrek Forever After, but that's a whole different story. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, literally the SpongeBob show, period. Finding Nemo, specifically Mulan 2, Shark Tale, all 3 Madagascars, but specifically Madagascar 2 Escape to Africa. Lion King 1.5. Don't sleep on Lion King 1.5. I don't even watch, I think I watched Lion King 1.5 before I watched the OG Lion King. And I won't go back. There's something about Timon and Pumbaa's commentary that just sell it for me. It's so good. Like, I remember watching the first Lion King for the first time and going, oh, I liked it better when they were making jokes about it and they were telling the story that way. But yeah, I don't know, I have like, and then there's like recent stuff, like, I mean, if you don't know, I was talking about my brand, I'm like such a Timothée Chalamet girly, I really, really am, and not just because he's hot, but I really do think he is one of the best actors of our generation, genuinely, and if all you know him from is Dune and like Call Me By Your Name, then like, of course you're not going to be able to see that, but as someone who has gone through close to, if not his entire filmography, my god. Shameless plug, if you have Amazon Prime Video, go watch Beautiful Boy. It is a true story about a father and son and their relationship as the son struggles through addiction. It is fantastic. Timothée Chalamet plays the son, Steve Carell plays the father, and I have never seen such moving performances from both of them. I cried. I sobbed. It was fantastic. It was so moving. I think at this time too, I was like just about to start working in a clinical population with people who are dealing with a lot of substance use issues, so it really just, it was a lot, but very, very moving performance. I genuinely think he deserved some sort of like, I don't know, nomination for it. But yeah, love Timothée Chalamet. We know I love Chris Evans. I could talk about Matthew Gray Gubler for a whole episode. I could talk about Zendaya probably for like 3 episodes. Oh my god. That woman is just, she's not even like a quadruple threat. It's like she can sing, she can act, she can dance, she can model. She's a fantastic producer. Like, I don't know what's next for her. I wonder if she'll start like directing at some point. Wait, I'm thinking about Malcolm and Marie, for those of you who might know that. It was a thing she did with, what was his name? John David Washington? Denzel Washington's son. And they did like a movie together. I can't remember if she like co-directed it or if she started it and co-produced. But I'd like to see more from her as a director. If she did direct that one, I can't remember. You know what? I'm gonna pull up Brittany Broski and look it up. and I'm gonna like do the whole like dictate thing because I'm too lazy to. My nails are so long I can't type anymore. So, did Zendaya direct the movie Malcolm and Marie? Sam Levinson, of course. Yes, Euphoria. Right. That's why it left a sour taste in my mouth. I was like, I don't think she did because there was something about it that felt icky, and I knew it was Sam Levinson's fault. I'm screaming. Um. Okay. Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, yeah, I got a lot of thoughts, a lot of things coming up, and I wanted this just to be like an initial warning of like this is what the content's gonna look like. I don't really have much going on this summer. Thankfully, I don't have any classes or anything. I just submitted my dissertation proposal, like I said, and I'm way ahead of the game. I think most people that are in this program and that's going to start their 4th year next year are like submitting the proposal, and they like have to start, if they're going to do some sort of like empirical study, to start the IRB application, which is like the institutional review board. You like put in an application to say, this is what I want the study to look like, and I need your approval. I need you to check and make sure everything I'm doing is ethical, and then I can start it. I've already done that, and I've already collected data. So I have the data, and I have the proposal already in. Really, all I'm going to do is keep tweaking my dissertation over the summer and analyzing data, and then I'll be able to defend a year early. So I'll be defending my dissertation next year. Really excited about that, genuinely. So yeah, I feel like I'm just smooth sailing for the month of June, and I'm just gonna keep cranking out stuff. If people, oh my god, that was a big fly. I'm gonna wait for that thing to leave, and then I'm gonna close the window. The window's still open because I was feeding the cats. I didn't want to get up again, but yeah, hold on. Actually, I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna close it and lock it, even though that big ass fly is still in here. It's fine. Do the camera always look like that? I don't like how that looks. Have I been blurry this whole time? And if I have, hey, I'm still working on it. Anyways, yeah, this is just a little intro thing. If you have any ideas on what I should, or what you would, not what I should, because I'm going to do what I want to do, period. But if you have any, like, suggestions or ideas of, like, ooh, Shayla, can you talk about XYZ? Or how you got into blah, 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 blah. Or, ooh, Shayla, I can hear your voice and I've checked out your TikTok stuff. Could you do a cover of blah, blah, blah? I think you would sound really good. Or try to do a vocal stack of blah, 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 blah. You can leave suggestions. I always check TikTok in my comments, and I'll like add certain comments to my favorites of like things that I think are pretty good suggestions that I might want to try out in the future and post. Usually when that happens and it like is successful, I will like respond with, or I'll reply to the comment with the video, so like you'll even get credit for suggesting it. YouTube, it's different, right? But yeah, just comment what you guys would like to see. This is a shorter episode than I thought it was going to be. But I just wanted to kind of get back to the swing of things. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of this stuff has in store. I'm gonna kill this fly. And I'll probably talk to you guys some other time in the coming week. Okay? Bye!
So baby, gon' guide me, I'll let me up, and maybe I'll let you on it.